Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Oh, Palo Santo going. Sending it your way. Hope you have a fabulous weekend. Okay. Okay. Eight of Wands. This is, really resonating as I didn't look at this. I just picked up the deck, okay? I just cleared it, actually. Eight of Wands is like moving forward, like taking action. Even if there's restrictions or limitations, like you're not letting any of those things hold you back, right? This is you overcoming with those things. You working through them, circumventing them, or plowing right through them, right? You're like, okay, I know this is a limitation, but it's okay. I'm going to do this anyway. And sometimes the limitations aren't necessarily yours. They could be placed on you or projected onto you. All right, so let's get into our prayer, and then we're going to dive more into the Eight of Wands as it relates to this channeled message that's coming through that actually started in the shower. And something that, I tend to share what I work through with you guys because I've tested it out. I'm like the guinea pig. So here we go. Let's ask. As we share our divine guidance with you, please open your mind and heart to receive this with love. We ask you to stand in faith, trust, and knowingness that you are divinely protected and loved. And these messages are for the highest and greatest good. And so it is. Okay? So it is. All right. Eight of Wands. Let's talk about it. So when I see the Eight of Wands, this is an interesting three cards. We have the Sun, the Tower. What I'm getting is with this is that, like, I feel like things were highlighted for you, limitations were highlighted for you that required you to make changes in your life. And some of these were quite drastic. This is like drastic changes that were needed to be made in order for there to be forward movement on a new path and journey. And I feel like you got a glimpse, you were guided to make these changes. So you weren't alone. I feel like you knew that you had divine support in making these changes and that you would pay attention to what you are given in order to kind of make these changes. Like, this could be one thing, this could be another thing, this could be a person or a group, this could be a way of thinking. I mean, even though they're wands, but you get my drift. A lot of things had to fall apart. You may have had to drastically, quietly, gracefully walk away from people, places, and things. There may have been structures that you were part of that you are no longer part of. It could be a group, it could be a relationship, it could be a family unit, it could be a job, a career, a place where you used to live. It could be substances that you used to participate in. We're talking like transformational type changes and challenges that had to be overcome. So while I was in the shower, I find it great that the last three cards in the deck here, or the top cards, I guess you could say, actually support the message I'm about to give. So there's that. So thank you, Spirit, for that. Guiding me on this message. So talking about this Eight of Wands, I was in the shower and I realized that there was thoughts that I was working through for my own personal growth and development, and realized, why am I still thinking, or why is this thought coming up for me? I've already crossed this off my to-do list. this is already done and over with. It's not even in my reality anymore. It's not in my timeline anymore. I don't even interact with these people. I don't talk to this energy. I don't do that type of thing anymore. Like, why is this coming up? And so it's a choice. It's a choice to allow these things to continue to come up, because I feel like that's something that the ego is pushing. It's like an agenda, right? Like, if we've had a meeting on something, right? Say we're at work and we have a meeting on something and there's an agenda and all the things on the agenda were completed last week. But the person running the meeting brings this agenda back and says, okay, we're going to talk about these things and we're going to assign these things out. And everyone in the meeting's looking around at each other like, we already did these things. Like, this is last week's agenda, and Mary did that, and Susan did this, and, Carrie did that, and it's all done and taken care of. So none of these agenda items really are relevant this week. Wouldn't you look at that person running that meeting saying, what is wrong with them? Like, do they not know that this is already done and over with? I feel like this is the channeled message. Okay, the agenda, all right, that many of you have already completed and crossed off your to-do list are the following. And it might be helpful for you to make your own list of things that are already done, no longer in your existence, your reality, or your timeline, so that you have a physical reminder, not just a mental reminder, but a physical reminder that these things are no longer in your reality. And when your ego brings it up, you can simply say, this is already off. This has been done. This has been completed. This is checked off. So what I'm going to call this list is the done list. Done. Instead of the to-do list, it's the done list, like completed. All right. So first one in mine is past toxic ex relationship. We're going to cross that off. Done. I don't need to think about it. I don't need to worry about it. That person's not in my existence or my reality and has been removed from my reality. Therefore, it is done. Well, next on the list, not feeling loved. Well, I give myself love. I don't depend on other people to give me love. So that is also done and not currently on my reality or timeline. The next on the list is toxic, selfish friendships. All right. So toxic, selfish friendships. Let's break that down a little bit. This would be people who you surrounded yourself with that kept you small, that actually had an underlying envious, jealous type, controlling, manipulative, one-way, take type dynamic with you. And they were fine with you succeeding as long as you weren't doing better than them. They would also talk about other people, like dog them, criticize them, and always have something to say about somebody and what's going on with their life and what they should be doing about it. All right, because if they're talking about those friends, they're talking about you too. And so these relationships, these friendships are also done. Next on the list, overgiving and people pleasing. You may have been the one in the friendship, in the relationship, in the family dynamic where you would give in order to receive some sort of validation of some kind. You would do things to make others happy because you didn't want to deal with the feeling of maybe someone being upset with you. And as a result, you were always filling other people's cups instead of letting them meet you halfway and also fill your cup. So this is you not just being in a giving mindset, but also in a receiving mindset and energy. So we are also crossing this off the list. The next one on the done list is toxic job and coworkers. Many of you have been doing probably the same type of work for a very long time. And as a result, it's been comfortable. It's been somewhat providing. It's providing enough, but is it really providing what you need in this new timeline? And so the job, the coworkers, the doing the status quo, working for, being an employee instead of being your own personal boss, doing things that you don't feel passionate about, doing things that just keep you small, keep you controlled, and keep you manipulated are no longer on the list of to-dos. We're crossing those off. Many of you are being guided to step out of your comfort zone and step into your spiritual, personal purpose. Another one on the done list, not being authentic. All right, so this is you speaking your truth. This is you being in your sovereign energy. This is you not fearing and stepping into love. This is you saying what you need to say with love, but still holding your ground and being in authority of your own experience here on earth. Okay. Next one on the done list, not feeling good enough or loved. Feeling enough and loved comes from within. It's not something that someone gives you or provides you or that you rely on. This is something that you find for yourself, as well as trust. Trust is something that you have for yourself. If you love yourself, if you trust yourself, and you feel like you are enough, you don't depend on anyone else to give that to you. Therefore, the power that they may have has been removed, and the power is solely with you. So we're no longer giving the power away to someone else to let and control whether we feel enough or loved. I no longer need to worry about trusting other people because I trust myself. Another item on the done list, giving my power away. All right, so we just talked about that. Nobody else has authority over me. Next, toxic ex-relationship and their family and friends who gossip and lie. We no longer give a shit about what they have to say and what they have said, as it has no power over us. Nothing they say or do or have done affect us, since they have been completely removed from our existence. Done. Let's see how many of these I have. I have 9 of these. All right. All right, ladies and gents. The done list. Highly recommend. Very cathartic. It was nice to cross all that off and be like, and another thing, like when you have the done list, when you've completed a task, you don't go back and redo it. You don't revisit it over and over again and say, oh, you know what? Even though I already did that, the dishes, I'm going to take them out of the dishwasher and I'm going to redo them again. Like, we don't do that. So why is this such a thing? Why is it so difficult to let go of these things? That might be the next question. Why is it hard for me to let these go? Is it because what the experience that you had? Is it because it's who defines you? Like your trauma, does your trauma define you? Does the experience define you in some way? Are you your experience? Your past experience? And maybe it's about defining who you are now, right? And not so much who you were. I'd be interested to see where you guys go with this if you choose to take this on. I will share my results. All right, let's get a few messages for the collective today. Thank you. What does our beautiful tribe need to know at this time that would be helpful on their path and journey to enlightenment? The Hierophant, learning, teaching, loyalty, ethics, rules, tradition, your established beliefs. Okay, yeah, we literally were just talking about this. Why is it so hard for me to let these things go? The pain, the suffering of the past, it's already happened, it's done with. What we're being guided to take with us is what we learned, not the emotional pain and suffering. So if we can look at what we experience from a place of learning versus emotional pain, then it will be easier to let go of. Wow, I'm taking all these now. I feel like, again, like the mindset's really important here. I feel like, you know, when it's when you feel like you have all these racing thoughts and things just keep flushing into your mindset and trying to like take over, and you know, it's about sitting down, taking a deep breath, and like resetting yourself. Like doing that reset. That's why it was important for me to kind of do this, because I know that like there's stuff going on right now. You know, people are feeling very burdened. People are having to do their own self-reflection. And a lot of the people I'm talking about are the ones that I cross off this list, that are already done, that are no longer in my reality. And yeah, I energetically pick up on this information, and so may you. And so I want to help guide us through this process by establishing a boundary. Like this is regardless of whether they're going through this pain right now or having to reflect on the past, okay, doesn't mean that we need to relive our pain over and over and over again. What it does mean though is that for us to take that deep breath, take that time out, do a little reset, okay? And we have power over our thoughts. Our thoughts can create our reality. And so the purpose of this exercise was to claim your authority and sovereignty over your thoughts and redirect them towards something that is more powerful, okay? Something that you want to create from, which is, who are you now? Okay, what did you learn through this process? And that's what they want you to focus on. They don't want you focusing on the things that have already happened and that are already done, and to not let someone else's projections affect your mental thoughts, okay? Because they do create your reality, and we don't want that to happen from a negative headspace. Meditation is really helpful to kind of work on redirecting the mindset. This is someone who is extremely greedy, okay? This is, you know, again, ego energy, all right? The ego tends to want to rush in and say, oh, you can't do this because of that, or you're not good enough because, you know, so-and-so or this or that did this, said this, whatever. Like sometimes we have to take authority and control of our ego, all right? And again, like it's about that authority, okay? We are not our thoughts, all right? This is about balance, okay? This is about harmony. This is about going within and pouring into your own cup and realizing, like, you know, you can't have one thing without the other, but then they need to be in alignment with one another. Temperance really talks about, you know, mixing all the elements, right? It's like taking the negative and bringing it into a positive. So it's like the alchemy of life. It's also talking about like balance, good health, harmony. Like what can you do to counteract these racing thoughts of pain and suffering that we have experienced? And it's to redirect the mindset. It's to change the thoughts to something positive. Okay, positive affirmations, meditation, consciously making a list and crossing things off that you've already experienced because it's no longer in your reality. Many of us have been like legit plucked out of where we were and repositioned somewhere else, and we no longer deal with any of that again. So it's no longer like something that we need to continue to focus on, worry about. It's not in our day-to-day lives anymore. And so because of that, we need to focus on what is in our day-to-day lives and what we want to be in our day-to-day lives. That's alchemizing the energy, right? What do we want in our day-to-day lives? We want harmony. We want celebration. We want balanced energy. We want a stable foundation. We want security, maybe even a new home, a new relationship, a new commitment. That is what they want you focusing on, not the past bullshit. Okay, so we're working on that. Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 8:20 a.m.
Thank you. Creating a new reality for yourself is what they want you to focus on, especially with this like great energy right now. There is an opportunity coming in for you, okay? And we have the Seven of Swords. I feel like the past energy, the deceptive betrayal energy, has ended. You are protected, okay? This past energy, this timeline no longer exists with the World card. You have leveled up. You have moved on. You've learned the lesson. You have a higher level of expertise and understanding as a result of it. And that was its only purpose, was to teach you something, not to keep you there forever and for you to literally torment yourself over and over and over again with it. They need you to let it go. That is what they want you to do. Okay? You are divinely protected over that energy coming anywhere close to your existence. Okay? Understand that. All right, yeah. And then we have the Ace of Cups. Okay? Divine love. Okay? Continue to pour into your own cup. Continue to anchor yourself and surround yourself and focus on love energy because love wins. Okay? Love is the highest frequency. And that is what they want you to focus on for your reality. Okay? The Moon card. That and your spiritual gifts, your intuition. You all know this. You all know that, like, love defeats fear and anxiety, all right? And the ego feeds off fear, okay? And so does our programming, our society, our governments, our world affairs. They all constantly feed us fear mindset. And it's up to us to transmute that into love. And that is what many of us are here to do, is to transmute energy from fear, anxiety, pain, and suffering into love, okay? And it starts with us. And that's why this message is so important, because we are the ones that are here to make the difference. We signed up and volunteered to be here, and we have to learn alchemy. We have to learn it within our own lives first before we can help our communities. And that's what we're here to do, all right? Transmute energy from fear, control, manipulation to love, freedom, empowerment, trusting ourselves, being in a community of love, support, and prosperity, okay? This is you taking control of your life, you being the leader of the show, all right? Being that leader, being empowered, okay? This is you taking and being empowered so that you can help that community, all right? It starts with us, okay? So if you're following my channel and you are on this journey along with me, this is what we're being guided to do, okay? Transmute, alchemize the energy into love. whether, you know, not falling for the illusions and the bullshit, and taking all of this energy and transmuting it into something that is from a love, positive mindset, okay? Because that's the reality we want to create. That's the existence and timeline we're all aiming towards, and collectively, energetically, we need to manifest this, okay? And this is you going to do this for yourself first in your own reality, and then you're going to see that you're capable of manifesting this on a much grander scale, okay? Much grander scale. Queen of Wands, right? This is you being your most magical self. The Queen of Wands can manifest, use the skill sets applied, you know, share her passion, share her wisdom. You know, she's going to help motivate others. She's taking on challenges while moving forward. Very inspirational, motivated energy, okay? Fire sign energy. You're going to help motivate other people to do the same, because you are going to be that walking example. You're going to be able to say, like, look how I transformed my life. And this is what I did to transform it. Let me show you how I did it. That's what it's all about. It's planting the seeds. Four of Cups. You're going to be like, I know you need help. Let me help you. Let me show you the way. And that is the Ace of Cups. That is this blessing. These experiences that we have are to help us grow. Okay? To help us find love within. Okay? And that is what's going down, people. That's what's happening here. Planting those seeds of love. Right? Walking away from things that aren't fulfilling. Walking away from that past toxic ex. Walking away from not feeling loved. Walking away from that toxic, selfish friendships. Walking away from over-giving and people-pleasing. Walking away from a job and coworkers that are not fulfilling. Walking away from not being your most authentic self. Going to a community where you are appreciated for who you are and in your most authentic self. This is you also walking away from ex-relationships and their family and friends who do nothing but gossip and lie because they are envious and jealous of your light. Like, this is, it's like, bye, bitch. Like, bye-bye. See you later. Adios, amigo. All right, walking away, choosing you. Look, we have a King of Cups and the Lovers, okay? You walked away from one relationship so that you can be in a new one, okay? One that is deserving, one that is loving, caring, sweet, kind, one that is, you know, very emotionally fulfilling. You may have children. This is somebody who is emotionally available and wants to share their love. Someone who is anchored in love, emotion, consciousness. This is a conscious soul, right? And this is a match, okay? This is someone that, you know, you choosing your own consciousness, your own love is going to attract what you are, okay? This is attracting, these are the twins, the lovers. So this is like a, you know, this could be a twin flame. This could be like a soulmate. This could be a soul that you've known in a previous, I'm stuttering here, an experience. I'm getting the past here. This is you attracting, the best thing you ever did was walk away from the past because it's literally anchoring you on your destined path and journey. Okay, yeah, destined path and journey. You made the right decision. Okay, everything that you've crossed off that list was what you were being asked to cross off. You've done the hard work, okay? I'm getting like this King of Cups is going to be like very supportive and loving of you. And they're going to see like how like witchy, cool, spiritually gifted you are. And it's going to be something that they absolutely adore about you. They're going to be like, oh, that's my babe. You know, it's like that kind of energy. You know, and like buy you things that they know that you love and enjoy. Like just adore you. Okay, I'm getting like adoration. I'm also getting like a major opportunity, career change, potentially, promotion, entrepreneur, or some sort of like mass uptick in maybe your personal business, your company, your income. This is an increase in income where you use your spiritual gifts, where you use your intuition. Okay, I feel like if you are being called to go on that spiritual journey and transition to a spiritual business, one that helps the community, is going to be very successful because you're in alignment with the divine by doing this. Okay, this is you releasing all of this so that you could be on your soul's purpose and be rewarded and blessed. Okay, this is you understanding that like you are also the blessing, and these gifts were ordained by God, and as a result, like you have the Ace of Cups. It's divine love, it's divine communication, it's divine, you're sharing God energy, you're sharing love energy, and that is what we need more in the world. That's why you are here, that's why you volunteered to be here. Holy crap. All right, I feel like you stepping into your purpose is a trigger for other people to do their healing work, whether they want to do it or not. All right, it's almost like you imprint yourself wherever you go in some way, shape, or form energetically. Yeah, you will be able to release these burdens, okay, once and for all, like crossing these off the list, laying these down, and surrendering all this. Okay, you are no longer you are not taking this with you. This is no longer on your timeline. Yeah, no longer on your timeline, okay? The past energies, okay, the ones that, you know, are still in this energy, okay, operating from the ego, they will continue to feel the burden of all of that until they transition and transform, okay? But this is energy that you have walked away from and closed out and crossed off your to-do list, okay? You have defeated that energy. You are the Queen of Pentacles, okay? Very stable, secure. You have healed from codependency, and you are no longer entertaining anyone that is of low vibration. Okay, the Queen of Pentacles is that boss bitch, all right? Three of Swords, yeah, like this heartbreak, betrayal, like you're no longer heartbreak or betrayal. I feel like somebody went towards someone is feeling very burdened by your growth and development because they chose somebody who does nothing but burden them and who is of the dark, okay? Dark energy, manipulating. They're stuck in a karmic cycle with this energy. They chose somebody for greed, okay? They have been experiencing, and as a result, you've been experiencing heartbreak and betrayal from them. This might be the energy that I was picking up, the Eight of Wands earlier. But this person's no longer in your existence, and I feel like that's kind of like they're letting us know that this is the energy that you have closed out from, but that doesn't mean this energy isn't still experiencing this. Okay, as a result of the burdens that they have caused for themselves and potentially you in the past, and this is kind of like karma playing out. Yeah, karma playing out with the Judgment card. All right, so just understand like there's a flip side to this, all right? But it's not your existence anymore. You've moved on from the situation, okay? Your back is to that situation, all right? But this energy is still dealing with it, all right? There is judgment being served. People are being forced to choose themselves and transform. And we have come full circle with the Eight of Wands. So this is the energy, the communication that you might be picking up from past energy that may have broken your heart, created some sort of pain and suffering at the hand of others. Understand that we have 8-8 here, so that might be relevant for somebody. But this is letting you know that like everyone has to learn through certain experiences. And I feel like there was a lot of limitations and things that needed to be learned, okay? And I feel like you persevered through these, okay? And I feel like this energy is now, this past energy is now being called to go through these experiences, and they're going through judgment, right? They're going through like, how are you going to handle this challenge? How are you going to handle and persevere through this? Are you going to learn your lesson, or are you going to continue to stay stuck and stagnant and repeat this over again? I'm also getting like whatever they sent your way energetically is heading back towards them. All right. So understand that also could be what you're picking up energetically. All right. So this is another reason why they need you to redirect your focus. Okay. I feel like, again, like, what are you holding on to? Why is it so hard for me to let this go? Right. The more you focus on this all being done and no longer in your existence, the sooner you will stop holding on to the past and let it go. All right. Yeah. Regarding this energy, continue to stay to yourself, mind your own business. This is not your experience to be had. This is coming out so that you understand that, like, they're not getting away with what they've done. Okay. Everybody has a part to play. Okay. And things are unfolding and closing out. All right. And understand that, like, this has already been closed out for you. Many of you anyway. So understand that, like, now that this is closed out and you've crossed these things off your list, you can now focus on a new list. So start creating that new list. Okay. That is the guidance for today. All right. Create that new list. We have a new moon coming up. All right. New moon in Sagittarius. All right. Use that energy to create this new list. All right. I want to see new lists. I want to hear about your new lists in my comments. I want to know that you guys are doing the work. Okay, let me know. I hope you have an awesome Monday. I hope you have an awesome week. I know my girlies are kicking butt and taking names, so keep up the hard work. All right, I love you guys.